Hello folks. Today I wanted to show you how I used AppScript to save me a bunch of time. Um, if I'd have had one sheet to do, I would have just gone through and done this formatting change on a single sheet, but I had a whole several of these sheets to do. So I wrote scripts to help me solve the problem. So the first of all, let's take a look at some of the scripts. First of all, I've added the scripts with an on open function. So I am getting all my scripts in here I needed to unmerge the cells. I needed to replace months. I needed to set my column widths and formatting and some borders. I needed to clear any conditional formatting in a certain section of the sheet. I needed to set conditional formatting, and then I needed to set some background colors. Now each one of these doing individually would take a fair amount of time. So let's take a look at some of the scripts. I'm unmerging cells. I'm just running this on each active sheet. So I'm not going to do this across all the sheets. I'm just getting the active sheet, and then I'm getting the data, and then I am looking for the merged cells and removing them. My next function, I needed, the sheet I was given had the word S instead of September. I wanted to replace all of those month letters with the actual three letter version of the month. Of course, I have an issue with M for March and May, so I'll have to do that one manually. Although I could probably have added another if statement in there that would have said, if the column is M and, so forth. And then we loop through those and set these new values, my replacement values. Then I needed to do some formatting. So this was setting, I wanted all my sheets to look identical. So I wanted to set the column widths of 1 and 2 the same. I wanted to set the column width of 3 through 11 the same. And I wanted to set the column width of 12 to a certain thing. And then I wanted to make sure that everything had vertical alignment in these ranges, in the whole range. And then I wanted to apply conditional formatting to some of these. Let's actually see. I jumped down to here where I'm clearing conditional formatting. Some of the original functions didn't work correctly, so started off by removing the conditional formatting and clearing it, and then we wanted to set the conditional formatting. So what I wanted to is in the range of C through K, I created this set of rules, and this set of rules is an empty array. And the rules that we're going to create is this rule: if it's equal to 3, we turn it green. If it's equal to 2, we turn it yellow. If it's equal to 1, we turn it to light red. And then we make sure that the existing rules are gone, and then we set these rules, push these new rules in and set these new rules. And then finally, there was another section where if the word September, SEP, which is an S here, if that was actually in column C, then, or row 2, because this starts is in this array, it starts as 0, 1, 2. So if the word SEP was in there, then we wanted to set this background color. So let's see what happens when we run some of these. So first of all, I didn't like the way these cells were merged, so let's first of all unmerge the cells on this sheet, and it then tells me that all the cells are unmerged. You can see those things have moved across there. We'll clean that up in a minute. And then we want to replace the month. So where it finds the word S, it's going to replace the S with September and so forth. That went super quick. That would have taken me a really long time. This is wrong, obviously. So in this case, I'll select May, and I'll do a Command-Shift-H on my Mac. I'll type in May, and I'll switch that to March. And I'm going to match the case and the entire cell contents. And my data range, I want to be sure that I'm only doing that. Yes, I already have it on I. So we'll say OK to that, and we'll replace all. And there we go, done. So now I've gone ahead very quickly and fixed that up. Then I wanted to resize my columns. So I'm going to run my columns, and that actually runs through all the sheets, but it'll take it a minute to get to this one. And then it's resizing all my columns to the column sizes that I wanted. There we go. I got this reset the way I wanted. Then I wanted to clear my conditional formatting rules that were in this sheet, and bingo, I got rid of what was there. I didn't like the way those were written. And then we're going to set my conditional format rules. And as we look at that, sure enough, there's my conditional format rules. And if I type a 3, a 2, a 1, I get that, and that's set for all of C through K. And then finally, I need to do a color set. And there we go. So this saved me a huge amount of time in getting all these sheets the same. And you can see all these sheets now, basically, while they have different data in column B, everything else is already set up. And so that was going to take me quite a bit of time to do. Sometimes, depending on how many times you need to use this, it takes the time because it's very simple. I used ChatGPT to help me get these scripts written. There was a little bit of back and forth there, but some of them just worked. And then I was able to set up the custom menu and clean up my sheet a lot faster than I could have done it manually.